allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Bulldogs. Today is Wednesday, May 7th. My name is Ben.
And my name is Dean.
We're your Wednesday reporters, and this is BTV.
Here are some important upcoming dates and reminders.
Hey Bulldogs, open house is soon. It's on May 15th, 5 to 7 p.m.
Be there, Bulldogs. We're going to have a lot of different activities. There will be student-made displays, presentations, performances, and food trucks. Bring your whole family, Bulldogs. Have fun.
Welcome to Web! So, why did you choose Web? I chose Web because I want to communicate with people and I want to help the new students at our school, make them feel more comfortable, and just really have a great time here at church like I did. And what was the best thing about Web? The best thing about Web is probably the staff, honestly. But then also, it's just really fun to be in my Web home and we get a lot of activities with just Web leaders, which is really fun. And then, did you meet new people or make new friends as you're joining as a Web leader? Yes, I made lots of new friends, especially in the Web training when I got to meet my partner and then also talk with more people to see how to do it. And in my homeroom with my other Web leaders, I got them. And I also did friends with the teachers too. Thanks. So why did you choose Web? I chose Web because in 6th grade I had an awfully hard time transitioning from elementary to middle school, and I just feel like the Web leaders that I had really helped me get through that transitionary stage, and so I just wanted to be a mentor as well. And what was the best thing about Web for you? I really like my web kids. I was really cool. Yeah. And did you both meet new people in Web? Yeah. Did you make more friends? So we can cut this out. Yeah. So I made friends with a lot of my sixers, which I love you guys if you're watching. Also, I made a lot of new friends that are in 8th grade that I didn't know the prior year, and I'm very grateful for that because I don't think my year would have turned out as great as it has been going if I didn't meet them. Nice. Right.
Applications due May 9th.
Apply for Web now!
Hey 8th graders, we need you. Please send photos to Hartwell of school events such as dances, field trips, and generally anything at school. Stay safe, Bulldogs.
Hey Bulldogs! Today's superstar teachers are Mrs. Bauman, Mr. Robinson, Mrs. Summers, Mrs. Sim, Miss Murray, Mrs. Perimoto, Mrs. Howard, Mrs. Ray, Mrs. Frazier, Mrs. Kova, Mr. Clark, Mr. Kopecki, and Mrs. Hartwell. Thank you, teachers. Okay, how many was that?
Wednesday Power Hour is today from 2:55 to 3:55 p.m. Mrs. Locke and Miss Tomar are available.
Tomorrow, our track team has their final track meet of the year. District championships at Bella Vista High School. Good luck to all participants who qualified and our hardworking coaches, Ms. Massey and Ms. Holmes.
Bulldog Spirit Days are every Friday. Keep showing your school spirit with your team, club, camp, and class shirts.
And now it's time for BTV Crew segments.
What two players are most commonly in the GOAT conversation? Messi and Ronaldo. Who is the all-time goal leader? Team has the most Champions League title wins. Real Madrid. Has been relegated the most. What two players are most commonly in the GOAT conversation? Ronaldo and Messi. Who is the all-time goal scorer? Ronaldo. What team has the most Champions League finals wins? Real Madrid. What team has been relegated the most in the Premier League? Is it Sheffield United? No. What two players are most commonly in the GOAT conversation? Messi and Ronaldo. Who is the all-time goal scorer? Ronaldo. What team has the most Champions League wins? Final Madrid. Yep. What team has been relegated the most in the Premier League? Southampton. What player has the most Ballon d'Or wins all time? Messi. You got it. Yo!
3 Churchill finalists competed in the high school Caring for Our Watersheds competition held at UC Davis on May 3rd. Congratulations to Rose L. and Vibha S. for their 2nd place finish and Joaquin L. for his 7th place finish.
And now now, Bulldogs, here's a message from Mr. Magliola.
Good morning, Churchill. Principal Magliola here. It is Wednesday, May 7th. Hopefully you're having a great week. Want to join you first and foremost just to make sure that we are all on the same page with understanding, yes, it's the end of the school year. We are excited. We are preparing for a great summer, but we still have a lot of responsibilities here as students and faculty here at Churchill. Students, one thing I need us all to pay close attention to is the language we are using moving around our school. I think it goes without saying that the use of profanity or foul language here at Churchill is not okay. I know, as do all your teachers, that when students may think they are not around adults, they may use language they are not supposed to use. However, I personally, as well as many other teachers here on campus, as well as even some other families that have been here and observing our school, have shared with me that the language is very concerning. So, immediately, I need all students to understand. When you are here at school, you are to use appropriate language. And what that means is, ultimately, no foul language, which means no cussing or swearing, no insulting, harassing, or discriminatory language. We don't want to make fun of people. We don't want to make an environment uncomfortable, and I need all students to immediately stop using foul language here at school. If we hear you using foul language, there will be disciplinary action, which also means that you run the risk of not being able to participate in the end of the school year activities, which, as you know, I have talked about our planner. I have talked about some of the important policies we need to remember, and just so that we are very clear, students' participation, you can find this on page 19, in any school-related activity is based on good attendance, citizenship, satisfactory academic performance, and a positive discipline history. So if you are a student who is struggling in these areas, it may not be too late. You still may be able to correct your behavior. But remember, you want to be a part of everything great here at the end of the year. Make sure you look at page 19. And while you're at it, look at page 21 and float your eyes up to social probation. You need to understand that students will be placed on social probation for failing grades, unsatisfactory citizenship, attendance, poor attendance, and students that are on social probation are excluded from the school activities or extracurriculars. So again, I'm not trying to be a downer, but I am really wanting to make sure we're clear. Yes, we're at the end of our school year, but we still have a lot of responsibility that we need to uphold. So I can count on you. I know that. Let's clean up the language. Let's make sure we're doing the right things here and be great citizens at Churchill. That being said, let's talk about some really cool stuff that has gone on at our school over the last year. It makes me proud as your principal to always share the highlights of the great work that we're doing both in and outside of the classroom. And I have a couple of notes I want to share with everybody around some teams that have performed throughout the year, but I do want to congratulate any student who has been a part of a club or a sport or an extracurricular activity here at Churchill, and just share my appreciation for your involvement in our school, and really highlight that hopefully your experience has been exciting and that it will take you on in high school or possibly next year. First, I want to shout out a couple teams here at Churchill, and I'm not intentionally leaving someone off. I'm not trying to do that, but we have a lot, so hopefully I cover a good amount of our basis. I want to just shout out to speech and debate coaches, Miss Ray and Miss Frazier, and we just want to highlight that our speech and debate team competes throughout the year with schools from all over California and the nation. And again, there were some finalists that received gold, received silver, and students that received individual speaker awards. Congratulations to all of you who participate in speech and debate. And if you are in a classroom right now where some of those folks are in the room, go ahead and give them a shout out. Great job, speech and debate. Also want to just congratulate History Day. We had a History Day competition last weekend where we sent 22 students to the state competition who entered 13 projects. And Churchill, just so you know, only about 1,500 students out of 35,000 county entrants made it to this level, and 22 of them came from our school. And 6 students are moving on with 5 projects that have advanced to the state finals, and that is a very great honor for our school. So students who are participating in History Day, and again, Miss Lewis and Mr. Buse, congratulations on a great competition, and we look forward to seeing the next results for that. Science Bowl team, what a great year you guys have had, winning 3rd place in a match against a team from Redmond, Washington, allowed our team to be recognized for a national award. And this is the top finish for a Churchill team at National Science Bowl. And we also took a trip to Washington, D.C. in person, which was pretty cool. Our team competed against 48 national teams, and we made it to 3rd. So congratulations to Science Bowl. Science Olympiad. Oh, and sorry, Science Bowl is coached by a former teacher, Mr. Hansen, and he still coached this year. So if you knew Mr. Hansen, that's pretty cool. He's still involved with parts of our school. Science Olympiad. Miss Seafluff and Miss Hollenbeck are the coaches. Congratulations on a great season. And students who are in Science Olympiad, we have 3 teams that compete. And just so you all know, students, there are 23 events at a Science Olympiad competition, ranging from biology, chemistry, physics, engineering, and other laboratory sciences. And our Science Olympiad team practices from September to March, and there are some very important competitions. This year, one of our teams from Science Olympiad placed 1st at the regional competition, and that same team went on to the NorCal State Finals, where they placed 9th out of 30 teams and earned 9 state medals. So what a great year for Science Olympiad. Congratulations to everyone who's a part of the team, and we're excited for another great year next year. Also, just shouting out to Business Professionals of America, we have 25 students right now who are in Orlando, and they are participating in a variety of competitions that develop, lead, and promote careers in a modern environment in business. So very excited to hear about that. And Miss Harimoto is the club advisor. And so great work, Miss Harimoto, and to the 25 students who are a part of BPA, great work as well. Also, big shout out to Miss Tomar and Miss Summers for their work with our watershed competition here at Churchill. And I'm going to name 2 students by name who recently placed 2nd in the local watershed competition that was hosted at UC Davis. And this is pretty cool. Rose Lobo and Vibha Srikanth, sorry if I didn't pronounce that perfectly, but earned 2nd place. And here's the cool fact. This is a predominantly high school level competition, and Churchill sent the only middle school team in the competition, which is very cool. So great job for earning 2nd place. We celebrate your success to both of you. And also just highlighting, we still have our track team competing this week in district finals. Last week, were the district regionals. I look forward to hearing the results and sharing that with you from Miss Holmes and Miss Massey. And shout out to our basketball teams and our volleyball teams who participated earlier in the year. Some close competitions and matches, but an overall great effort. If you were a part of any sports team here at Churchill, congratulations. So thank you for letting me get through some really cool positive highlights. It's always a lot of fun to recognize students for great things both in and out of the classroom, and our teachers as well, who give a lot of time and energy to supporting those endeavors. So have a great day, Churchill. Remember, we talked about the important stuff early on. Look at your planner, pages 15, pages 19, pages 21. Really know what your expectations are, and if you don't know, you can always ask an adult. We don't want anyone to be left out of a fun opportunity. Have a great week, Churchill, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
This is Ben.
And Dean, signing off.
And finally, it's time for study hall and homeroom.